Jackin.
We had a client. We took them from 400s to get them qualified. Well, all right, loyalties to the pocketbook. This client who has their cousin's aunt, uncle, whatever it is a friend, is a realtor. And that realtor, who, by the way, has booked one loan all year and two loans in the last 3 years, said, hey, I want you to go use my lender. Now, you would think that the year I spent helping them get their credit where it needs to be, there'd be a little bit of, hey, what's up? But how do I find out that he's cheating on me, so to speak, is he goes and gets his credit pulled by another lender. So I get the notice, I call, because I'm like the FBI. If you're my client, if you're, what's the movie, Godfather? If you're in the circle, baby, I'm looking out for you. So if you go get your credit pulled by somebody else, I'm going to see it. So I reach out, and all of a sudden, this borrower that for over a year helped out has stuttering problems because they know they're wrong, right? So this realtor takes this borrower, not knowing anything about them and what they qualify for, over to a lender who puts him in a program that, number one, he will not qualify for. Because the realtors, as we talk about, James, they get Cinderella. So it's not necessarily the realtor's fault, but the realtor, instead of, hey, you've been calling me going, hey, what do we have here? No, this realtor that's done 2 loans in 3 years, hey, you're going to use my guy. When you do 2 loans in 3 years, you don't have a guy, right? So what they do is they go out, and James, when you do the amount of volume I do and my team does, when you've closed now over 3 years, close to 2,000 loans, you're out there. So I'm seeing a lot of transactions. So what this realtor does is they go show them a condo, get a loan for a condo that they do not qualify for. The program don't qualify. And you want to know how I know that, James? Because, see, we've had a buyer who tried to buy at this address in this condo. And we know that this condo association hides their money and is not willing to give the things. So what do? We could easily go, hey, let's sit around and watch this dude lose his money. But the realtor convinces this guy who, keep in mind, got his credit up over 150 points, that I don't know what I'm talking about. So goes and gets an inspection. That's 550 dropped. What inspection don't say, does the condo do this or the condo have this amount of reserves? Goes and gets the appraisal. Another 550. Bam! 1,100 in. And you know who I got a call from? Little Johnny, who went off the reservation, 9:30 last night. All of a sudden, after a year of taking care of, wiping their butt, right, putting a diaper on them, went off the reservation. I get a call at 9:30 last night, and I'm in the middle of the Titans game, so I can't answer. And I get I'm sorry, please call me tomorrow so we can discuss. I want you to give me a realtor that you work with, and I want to work with you. And, James, what frustrates me there is people who are buying right now are buying out of want. Not necessarily, probably more need than want. And those are the things on why I'm telling everybody here. And last week we mentioned it. If you are thinking about selling your house, I'm your guy. Don't call your friend, who's this one, who's that one. There's nobody that you deal with. There's no realtor out there you're going to deal with that has closed more loans than my team. There's no one realtor that's seen the amount of transactions I've done. Right? You take the greatest realtor who's doing 150 deals a month, a year. James, I'm doing 4 times that amount.
So the one thing I'm picking up here is, the information is solid. What you're giving me in black and white is, stuff that people need to know. But the human side of this, you sound a little jealous, Dwayne. You sound a little hurt.
I am. It's hurtful because I do this every year, and for 8 years, I take pride in educating the Gumbo Nation. And it's funny because, yeah, it's hurt because when I see someone post something on Facebook that isn't true, it does bother me because when it comes to purchasing a home, we can't get this wrong, especially in today's market, right? If last year you bought a home and you got 2.625 and you're upset, maybe you overpaid, we'll get through that. Right now, if you're being told a program, and this going back to the client story, James, this is a guy who ain't got an extra $1,100. So now what happens, right? And I don't know. I got to talk to him and see what's going on and all that kind of stuff. So yes, I'm not jealous. I'm upset because I care. And I know that sounds cliche. Yes, of course you care. Well, guess what? The folks listening to this show, James, they already know that. That's why they listen. That's why they refer their sons, daughters, aunts, uncles, nephews, nieces, cousins. That's why they refer them. So that's why, yes, for me, it is personal because I don't want to see people getting this wrong. And that's where, when we're looking at it as a whole here, folks, you got to right now more than ever, just make sure you know who you're dealing with. And that's why I'm telling you, if you call me, Mortgage Gumbo, 2 people this week called from last week, me just talking about it. House was on the market for 60 days. I chatted with him, got the information, got an agent out there to go look at it. It wasn't priced right. They were trying to sell it as a certain type of home in a certain market that it's not attractive. Right? You can't say, hey, home qualifies for rural development when right now rural development rates are at 6.5%, 7%, and nobody's going to qualify for it. So let's qualify it as, hey, guess what? Seller paid closing costs. And amazingly, boom, these 2 houses have got looks at them and probably going to go under contract in a week when they sat for months under somebody who, guess what? Just passed the test. I'm a realtor. Let me knock the sign down.